So we got to come up with an alternative.
Well, from what it sounds like, we keep things we just discussed for the general guild ranks. But in between each division, I know my guys have been talking about it. I know Shirker has been planning, and I know Syrian is all set up and ready for his system. We've been talking, we've been setting up how each of the main divisions are going to work. For instance, the RP would kind of be something where, if I remember correctly, not Shirker, Syrian was talking about how you would join the RP department and basically you'd be building up your sort of a reputation. You'd be like leveling up your character, and maybe he'd have like individual RP ranks inside that. And then for the PvE, it would really just be your members, your raid leaders, and then Shirker leading it. And then for PvP, it would be pretty much the same thing. You would have your members and your squad leaders. Then you'd have your PvP officers, and then Kato. So, I mean, if each division just manages it the way they are, and then we stick to the normal ranking system that we just laid out, I mean, don't we have our structure ready?
Well, I think so. I mean, I can write it up, and I'm going to write it up as soon as we get done here and send it out to all that you see. I mean, we don't have all of them here. Tyrone's not here. Calor will be back, and Javi's not here, so we can't make anything official until we do a vote. Now, I can write this up, and we can discuss it in PMs, or I can write this up and we can do a vote in the forums, or however we want to do it. But we can't make any alterations to the website or to the in-game ranks until we take an official vote, and we don't have enough EC here to do that. So.
From my point, from what I've seen, I think it's just you should write it up and then do a vote as soon as you can, because I think everybody is more or less on an agreement.
Write it up, throw it into PMs, and I'm sure we'll have the vote passed by the end of the night. Unless we're doing a guild vote. Are we doing a guild vote or an EC vote?
No, this would be an EC vote. I mean, I can... I don't want to... You know what happens when you open things up for debate.
If you want to write it up, I can help you. We can throw it into the PM with the rest of the other council. Basically, we can say everyone can take their turn saying yay or nay.
I'll write up we got so far and send it to PMs, and then we'll bounce it back and forth till I get back some feedback from Javi and Tyrone and Calor on it. But I don't want to hold this up too much longer because it needs to happen, so we need to vote on it. But if we eliminate the veteran member and senior member from the ranks, stick in a raid leader as a rank. For now, that would put us at 8, which would leave us 2 more slots if we find that the big raiders are running out of cash and whatnot. Then for banking purposes, we could add those in. What? Go ahead.
What's the current ranks you got written down right now?
Written down right now, in my PM to all that you see, it was recruit member, and then I had senior member, which was people that were here for over a year, a veteran member, which were over 2 years, officers, which are all the division officers in every division, and then we got the recruitment department rank. The only difference between their permissions and officers' permissions is that they can invite people to the guild. They cannot, however, remove people from the guild. Then you've got department leaders, which in-game really the only big difference in what you can do in-game with those ranks is just set member notes and stuff like that. And EC and High Elder. So currently I've got 9.
I think the system that we discussed is fine. Or the one that you went over. I think there should be designations on the forms for any progression within or awards or titles, if you will.
Yeah, there's got to be some way we can do that to where it's. I like the award systems, but it really doesn't. You got to click on the award to see what it. There needs to be some way that we can, if someone achieves a title in one of the three main branches, which will be the PvP, RP, PvE, that it's easily seen.
Or each department could, and I haven't looked at all the different ones. If they're unique enough, each department could get a certain shape, if you will. See where I'm going with this? So,
Yeah.
say, because PvE is awesome, they'll get a star. Not really, but anyways. And the star, where you go from like bronze, silver to gold, and those are just or if you could like have and then the ribbon I don't know. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, to where you can identify it when you look at one of their posts. If they got this square, then they're high up in the PvE department or whatnot. I feel what you're saying. There's got to be some way we could distinguish on the forums, because right now everybody's ranks is placed over their head. We could set titles, but I don't know.
Well, there's more. You can do more with. The problem is the forum systems can be more robust than the in-game system, because the in-game system is very limiting. So I think it also might help people to actually use the forums for stuff where you could put a title over someone's head or over their little avatar. So I think a good combination would be the awards, and I'm not sure how the titling system be set up, but I think making the awards unique enough to where it's recognizable what they mean once you see it for the first time. That'll probably be one of the best ways to give people like achievements, if you will. Keeping track of the achievements is only going to be the only issue.
Yeah. Aurelius, how is this going to affect what we're going to have to do website-wise with the ranks that we got now on the website? Because it's going to make it difficult. We're going to have to go in and change categories.
It's not going to be big of a problem. Just most members in each division are already set a member anyway. It's probably would take more than 20 minutes.
Yeah, but look at the accounts that are labeled master or colonel or whatever,
Oh, you're talking about the member titles?
Yeah. Well, our ranks on the forums. You can just go through the forums and look. Because this is ultimately what we're eliminating is the forum-based rank system.
It would take a little bit of work. You'd have to clear out the member titles and, change the group button. I'll get to work doing it, and it's passed, and Tyron will help me out, and we'll get it done within a day.
Same. I'll help out too.
Okay, because I'm just looking here at Jared's, just because he was on the top of the chat bar and I clicked it, his member title's Colonel. That means we have a rank on the ACP that is Colonel. We're going to have to get rid of that and set everybody that's Masters or Padawans or whatever, and they're going to be set to member. Officers with the divisions will just be officer, so on and so forth,
Yep. Basically, in terms of the new color coding, this is what I would do. I'd change the colors around it. You'd have the PvP department officers would have a different color. The PvE department officers would have a different color. The roleplay department officers would have a different color. The Elder Council would have a different color. The High Elder would have a different color. Maybe the recruitment committee. Everyone else would be the same color. I don't know if we'd make that the new blue or. That's what I want to do. I want to have the officers for each of the 3 main departments have a different color relating to their thing, and then I want the other council sticking out. Everything else.
Recruitment. I want it sticking out.
Yeah, I want recruitment.
For people that come to the forums, they'll know them off the bat.
Will be done.
Does anybody know if Syrian's been working on title systems for the RP?
Yeah, he and I talked in the last 3 days about it.
Yeah, he said that he's something up in the works.
He hasn't decided. He has a few. He has last time I talked to him, he has 3 different plans, but he hasn't decided which one he's going to go for yet.
Okay, because what I don't want to do, this is what I don't want to have happen. I don't want to write this up and say, okay, let's take a vote on it. And then we vote on it, and then you go in and you set everybody to member, and then we don't start seeing some titles flying out the door. Okay, because there's already been members like Pedro here, Zebin, a bunch of people in this room have been making major accomplishments within the game. These awards need to start flying quick. I don't want people going, okay, well, we wasn't ranking up in one system, and now we're not ranking up in another. Well, now what are we going to do?
Well, this is, in terms of awards, I've been on this, kind of said this in a kind of a frustrated tone, because, I have the announcement right up there. All guild members are required to view the announcement regarding recent additions of the award system. I even explained how to give yourself awards, and no one is doing it. Either that or they're just not paying attention to the announcement. So I don't know what we're going to do, because, I'll keep throwing it up there. I'll keep it up there, but if people aren't going to read it and start doing it,
the thing is,
I can't really do anything.
The problem is you really need other people to give you the awards. I know for myself, I would never want to give myself an award, just for the simple fact that I wouldn't feel right.
Well, it shouldn't be that you're given. I'm talking about in these 3 in the 3 divisions. These awards can only be given by the officers or the leader of the division.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go from one failed system to another one and still get the same complaints that I get, that people's not ranking up and there's no way to advance. There's, we gotta fix this.
All right.
My poor Padawan's been Padawan for a year,
That sounds good. That's good. I just want everyone to know that when they need to recognize their job. If you're an officer, you gotta stay up with the awards. You just gotta. Because I started trying to do it by myself, and I just don't have the time to do it by myself. Byron's helping me out a little bit, but we need to get everyone who's supposed to be doing this doing it. And I want the social council not only active, but I want them to be one of the bigger guys managing the award system.
You see, the problem with that at the moment is Ben's obviously on LLA, but you're putting a lot more on an already quite stretched group.
Well, the group shouldn't be stretched with what the job it has. Right now, the group is undersized and not as active as it needs to be.
Problem is, we've already joined, but let's jump on anyway.
That's nobody's stretched around here. Nobody's getting nothing done.
I'm stretched. It takes a lot to be this awesome.
What I see is everyone's taking these jobs. They're not prioritizing it. They have the time. Some people, for some cases, it's the people who have the time to do it. They're just not prioritizing their time well.
Oh yeah,
They start, and then they the game, and then they start trying to do this again, and they're just like keep swapping back and forth, and then they end up never getting it done because they got to go to work or something like that. So, I mean, the social council that's what it's. You guys, basically, and maybe we need some different people on the social council because it's like the same people. It's always trying to help people,
That's not what this powwow's for. Let's not go down this road. Let's not start pointing out what's wrong with other divisions and so on and so forth. Let's everybody focus on our tasks at hand, and we'll worry about those other ones when we get to it. All right, then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write this up after dinner, before the raid, and send this out. Aurelius, one thing we need to do is, if we're going to do this, the titles are going to be handed out by the division leaders. We need to get those awards made, and then once this passes, then you, me, Tyrone, and whoever else we can recruit for the day will sit down and go through the ACP and start changing around everybody's ranks on the forums if it passes. Department heads, and I'll write this up in the letter, just get it in your head what it is you're wanting to do in that department. What titles you need made. If you need specific things made for specific titles, send it to Aurelius so that he can get some graphics people to work on those. I'll tell the same thing to Syrian when we see him. And what else we can do? Banking's not going to come effect until 1.2, so we really can't tackle that until we get there.
It's already the PTS. It's just you don't know if people are testing it yet or not. The actual thing is up there.
We just can't play it yet.
Well, we can, but we'd have to choose a character from level 1.
I'm being called by my wife. I'll be back in 20 minutes or so. You guys are free to continue this discussion, but if you come up with anything else, let me know when I get back.
Yep.
I think it's pretty much covered.
Send me your titles, send me your what's, I'll get it done.
You have to start at level 1, dude. There's no difference. No, not for you.
Yeah, you'll have to start a whole new character. The patch is on there, but you have to start over with a whole new character.
So 1.2 is there.
It's there.
But you're not going to notice any for a brand new character.
I can still look at all the skill changes and stuff.
Yeah, you could look
You're
at
going to be
the
level 1.
UI
You're going to have to
changes,
level all the
too.
way up to 10.
You could look at the GUI changes right immediately.
Yeah. That's what I wanted.
You can at 10 try and make a guild and see the guild bank, see how much tabs cost and stuff.
Yeah, dude. If I don't know that, I wouldn't have become a scoundrel on the Prime server. But I mean, Pete's...
Quanto tempo takes like an hour?
I wanted to test out the changes they did. How come nobody posted this forums yet?
But what?
By what?
That's what I said. Where did